Goal is to prepare them for life, but a group of Valley Boy Scouts seem to be unprepared while hiking Picacho Peak south of the valley.
The group running out of water. A 16-year-old scout died on the trail. ABC 15's Justin Pizzera talking to witnesses and first responders about the hike gone horribly wrong.
It was supposed to be a training hike for the Boy Scout group out of Litchfield Park. The goal, to climb Picacho Peak. It was this past Saturday afternoon around 1:30. The temperature pushing 90 degrees. Our Cliff Castle chopper over the Sunset Vista Trail today on the south side of the mountain. The state's website says the 3-mile trail starts off easy, but towards the top it becomes difficult, steep, and twisting with steel cables to pull yourself up. Gloves are even recommended, and the state says it shouldn't be climbed during hot weather seasons. The small group of scouts made it to the summit, but at some point ran out of water. It was on the way down. The 16-year-old collapsed, showing signs of dehydration, but since there was spotty cell service, a few scouts had to run down the trail for help. A witness called 911. The Avra Valley Fire Department tells us they tried to resuscitate the boy, but he died on the trail. 3 others in the group also evaluated but refused treatment. The medical examiner's office tells ABC 15 tonight the autopsy is done, but the cause of death is still pending.
And we did just get a response from the Boy Scouts saying that obviously this is going to have a lot of impact on these young men, so they do have grief counselors there for them. But we were talking, Amber, earlier, 89, 90 degrees, it doesn't seem to be that hot, especially what it could be here.
Yeah, you don't think of it as that hot, but when you're out in the direct sunlight, when you're out on trails like that with no shade, it's going to feel on your skin like 10 to 15 degrees hotter. And this was happening around noon, 1, 2 o'clock when they were out there. And so that is prime time for UV exposure. So even though the heat peaks later on in the afternoon, the most intense solar energy and the most intense solar radiation is coming in just at the time that those boys were out there.
Just baking in those rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, and I did just bring some water here to kind of demonstrate. The state says that you should have 2 to 4 liters if you're hiking on this trail per person. So you have to be prepared to have enough water, and this is the 4 liters right here.
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
It is a lot.
I mean, and the advice they give is when you're halfway done with your water, it is time to turn around. Whether you've made it to the top of that mountain
No
or
matter
final
what.
destination point, it is time to turn back.
And just to be clear, they do have they did complete an autopsy on this young man, and they are still waiting for those results to come back. So those are still pending.
So sad for his family as well.
Tragedy
Heartbreaking.
all around.
Justin, thank you. Amber as well.